I kind of battle with that all the time of like, will I ever tour again? Because now I get so much joy out of like these random jobs that'll come up that'll just be like for the weekend where I'll leave for a few days and then I get to come home and it's like everything to me. Like I love that. And the idea of like going out and touring with an artist on a full record cycle again, I just don't know if that's like the healthiest thing for me right now, which is really hard. It's really hard.
But I also think you're in a position, and this is kind of the best part of all this shit, is that as you develop in your creative career, it's like you go out and you do these long trench tours, like you're just in the trenches, going hammer, sleeping on floors, doing whatever it takes to develop your name and develop your skill set and build your relationships with these artists, whatever. Cool. You've done all that for years and years and years and years. And now you're in a position where it is when those times come around, you kind of have the luxury of saying like, I can't do a full tour, but I could go out for, let me pop out and capture and make a story out of this or whatever it is, where you're able to pick and choose your battles, which is like, we all say yes to everything.
Do you feel like that? Have you felt that like kind of what I'm feeling with touring? Like, how do you feel about it when you like have to go out for prolonged periods of time? Or do you still like want to do that?
I like being on the road. I love traveling and exploring shit and just kind of like pushing my body all the way, like just to see how far and how much I can pull off.
Just like adrenaline rush. Yeah, it really is for like 3 months straight.
Yeah. But the problem is that when you're gone, as soon as you leave for that tour, real life freezes. And I am a person that juggles like multiple things at once. And I'm sure you are too. It's like when you're trying to develop like a new relationship with the brand and you want to work with that brand, maybe you do one job, but then you leave for 6 months to be on tour and they want to hit you up during the tour and you're trying to figure out how to balance that shit. That becomes super stressful and exhausting. And you also, touring, I just think there's never going to be enough money in it to make me want to continue to do it the older I get. But I think it is about you knock it off the bucket list. Cool. Now what else is interesting to you? And that doesn't change what kind of creator you are. That shouldn't make people think like, oh, they're boring not to me because they won't hit the road. It's like, you don't know what that's like. You don't know what hitting the road is like, especially when you start out. It's nuts. But I do think
literally crazy
having a home and like having your place. Like I'm excited for you to have that because there is something about being able to like check out. Like you can't check out if you're at your homie's house or you're sleeping on the homie's couch or you're on a tour bus because everyone's just being like, hey, we're here to create. That's our job. So let's create. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Let's go out and fucking do this thing. And you're like, I mean, I'll do it because I'm here. But if you were able to go home, that means you're like off the clock. Like, let me be off the clock for a little bit and fucking reset my brain so I can attack tomorrow healthy, like in a healthy manner or whatever. You know what I mean? It's interesting to think about.
Literally, it's all I think about. It's all I think about. And I think, it's like, also, I think something really interesting that you said is like working with a client. And then when you leave, like I would find that like leaving made me anxious because I was like, if I got hit up for a job and I had to say no, it was like, it would ruin my whole week. I would feel absolutely terrible about it. And then I would be like, oh, that client's going to forget about me. They're not going to want to hire me again because I'm losing this opportunity. So I know it's not true, but it's like, it sits with me really hard. And I don't know why. I think,
do you think that your clients like to like, do you think the bigger brands that you work with, do you ever find that they almost like enjoy the fact that you've worked with the artists that you've worked with because then it makes them look really cool to their bosses when they bring someone like you in to be creative on a project? Because I've noticed that. So like I may be gone for so much time, but when I come back, they're fucking holding me by the shoulder, walking around. This is this person, he did this and this and this. And I'm just like, yeah, I did do that shit. That was cool. Does that make me keep getting these bags from you guys? Because I'm cool with that. It's like, it's interesting.
I feel that. And I definitely have that with one of my bosses. This year, what was really weird, total side note, is like a month or like 3 weeks before quarantine started, I had a call with this agency like last year called Black Box. They're like this amazing marketing agency in LA. And the owner called me a year later out of literally nowhere and was like, hey, Ashley, like, I know this is really random. This is Livia from Black Box. Like, I need to hire you. And I like had a meeting with her, immediately was like, I love you. I need to work with you. You are everything I want to be in the world. Like she is everything I could ever want to be as a leader, as a woman in music, everything. And I feel that support with her, especially because I am part-time kind of creative direction and consulting for them. And she's just like, I never want you to have to say no to work. if you have a shoot with a client, like I would rather you miss this meeting and me be able to say like, no, my amazing creative director is doing a photo shoot with X client right now. And like,
right.
I can be really, like, she's really proud of that. So I definitely do think it is an asset. Like it can be an asset to, you know, have to miss things because of other opportunities. I think it's just the way that you handle it with that client and always just handling it really carefully. But most of the time people understand. I've always found that like if somebody wants to work with you, they want to work with you, and like they will usually, if it's possible, work around whatever it is that you have going on to make it happen, because they reached out to you for a reason.
Thanks for listening to this clip. Make sure to listen to the full interview, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Hit the subscribe button for more highlights and join our Black with No Cream private community for creators. Links in the description.